I'm gonna be real.
Can I speak, please?
The devil in the Quran
Yes,
calls
it
God
is in
Lord.
the Quran, Sean.
You understand me?
Aladdin, hold on. Let's see. Aladdin, what you got to say, bro?
I have a lot of things to say. You jump from a topic to another. You ask us to show you verses that Jesus ordered you to lie. Jesus lied. Paul asked you to lie for the sake of the gospel. I post you all verses in the private chat. You ignore me. You are talking about killing, and you say that it's all in a private chat. Look it up. Jesus ordered you to lie. Paul asked you to lie for the sake of the gospel.
When?
It's in the private chat.
Paul never ordered. Hold on, y'all. Paul never ordered anybody to lie for the sake of the gospel, bro. Hold on.
Oh my goodness! This is the sad truth, though. Their God allows them to lie.
Hold on, Miles. 1 second. Aladdin, listen. Aladdin, listen to what you're doing right now. You are coming up here and you're saying people are going off and going from point to point to point. You literally just tried to shotgun 4 to 5 points right there within the past 20 seconds of you speaking. Hold on. I understand what you put in the chat. No one is gonna stop and address you in the chat, bro, when you're shotgunning 5 to 6 points even in the chat. If you're up here and you want to talk about 1 point and get refuted one by one, that's what you need to do, bro. I don't care about what you put in the chat. Let's talk about it. We're not gonna do that, bro.
Can we talk about the Bible versus God?
You're talking about somebody ignoring you, bro. No one is ignoring you.
Where does God lie?
Hold on 1 second. Y'all.
Where does God lie?
Hold on 1 second. I got it.
Chapter and verse.
Yo, y'all got to hold on. Chill for a second. Y'all got to chill for a second. Let me and Aladdin talk. Yo, Aladdin, I saw your messages, bro. The first time I saw your response in the chat, what did I do? I asked you a simple question, bro. I said, "Here's the chat. Come up." And what did you do, bro? What did you do? You said you were at work and you'll be back later. So now you're here. So don't come up here and saying somebody was ignoring your comments, bro. If there's something that you want to talk about, then feel free to talk about that. But you're not going to come here and try to bulldoze 8, 9 different points about the Bible and think that you won a position. So that's not what's about to happen. So one thing I want you to do is prove that Paul told us to lie about the gospel. That's point number 1. And then we're going to go to your Quran. So what's the verse that proves your point? Show me where Paul told us to lie.
Now, can I speak, please?
Yes, show us where Paul. I don't need you to respond to what I told you.
Chapter and verse.
Show us where Paul. Okay.
Relax.
We're good.
Go ahead. Show us where Paul told people to lie.
I will. Just relax.
Proceed, sir.
You are fighting. I will answer you. Just relax.
Look, chapter verse.
Come on. We're good.
I'm answering you. Okay. Just don't interrupt me, please. First of all, I do apologize to you if you think that I came here just to shoot claims. That was not my intention. I am sincerely here. I was trying to respond to all claims and questions that you are asking. So I posted in private. That's number 1. Number 2, you were talking about killing and you quote from Surah At-Tawbah, blah, blah, blah. I answered you as well in private chat. So I was responding to you. I was not throwing any claims. Now,
so what did I talk about killing? Really quick, what did I say about killing?
Yeah, when you quote chapter 9 and said after the sacred month finished, what will happen? You spoke about that.
Yeah,
right?
So you're not a very good listener. You're not a very good listener because I wasn't talking about killing at all. I said what happened to the polytheists after the sacred months. We were talking about compulsory. Your book says there's no compulsory in religion. I was using chapter 9 as an example. Go ahead.
My friend. What you have done is quoting text out of context, with all the respect to you, out of ignorance, without knowing the context just to suit your needs. So it's easy for me to refute you right now.
First of all, I never quoted anything out of chapter 9. I asked, no. You got to let me finish. No. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Paul, and then we're going to talk about the Quran, and then you can go back and bring something else about the Bible. We're not going to reiterate all of the foolishness that you sat here and did in the chat for the past couple of hours. I don't care about that, Aladdin. You can sit here and listen to the conversation and not understand 100% of what we were talking about. I never quoted any verse in chapter 9 and said anything about killing. I asked AZ what happened to the polytheists in chapter 9. And I was using that as an example to prove that there is compulsory in your religion. That your religion and mine to be mine is bogus when we read the Quran. That's what I was bringing it up for, bro. And I didn't even get into that because conversations just kept flowing elsewhere. So I don't care about the past, bro. Stop bringing that up. Stop trying to iterate what I did and what I ignored. You weren't even on stage. You're here now. Let's talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about now. And I said Paul. So let's start with Paul, bro. Stop backtracking. Who cares about the past, bro? You don't even understand the conversation that was being had. So prove Paul taught people a lie. Please go.
Excuse me. If you mute me one more time, I'm out. Now you're asking for the verse. We are going to read together where Paul lied, and he asked you to lie just to preach the gospel. And you read this very, very clearly.
Can you name the chapter so I can follow?
Just I'm coming, so please don't interrupt me. We can read this in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 from verse 19 all the way to verse 23, where he says that he acted to the Jew as a Jewish, even though he was not a Jew, so he lied to the Jew. He acted to other people that he is one of them. He acted that he is with a faith, without faith, but he is with faith. He lied to them. And at the end he says, and this I do for the gospel sake. So he lied to the Jew. He lied to the people who they have no religion.
Let's read the entire. No.
Okay.
I won't quote.
I will read it.
No, quote it because you're jumping. Are you talking about before he was Saul?
I just quote you. Just let me speak. Please don't interrupt me.
You didn't quote it. You're lying.
No, just let me finish, please. Don't keep interrupting me. What else?
Man, you're lying.
Just go ahead, Miles. Just go ahead and let him finish, bro. We know who this Aladdin dude is, bro. He's a liar, bro. Let him finish, bro.
Yeah.
Let him say all his little lies. Just make sure he stay on.
Yo.
If he go anywhere from Paul, if he goes anywhere from Allah, I'm giving you the floor, Aladdin. Be quiet, dude. If Aladdin goes anywhere from Paul, then interrupt him. Other than that, if you
muted me, I'm out. Thanks. I'm out. No, you muted me. Apologize or I'm out. Apologize for muting me again.
Cool, man. Cool. Stop lying. Before you go, stop lying. Before you go, I accept your apology. I forgive you. Stop lying. Okay. My goodness, man. Y'all just be lying. Yeah. Then they quote a doggone verse, not one.
We know Aladdin is a troll, bro. Aladdin, listen, this is gonna be the last time me or anyone on this stage will entertain you. You are a coward. How dare you leave on your own will and then go into the chat and say we muted you 10 times and you left because we don't have the guts to have a conversation. And then you said, when it's me versus all of you, with no muting or interruptions, invite me back. I'm sorry, bro. You can't just come on here, speak as much as you want, over talk people when I'm trying to get the stage. I was actually trying to set the stage so we all can speak respectfully to each other. And you kept talking over me. We gave you a chance to bring up a verse about Paul, and you literally start going off about something completely different. Miles tried to hold you to your point, and you lost your mind. So the link to the chat is still pinned up. You know you have it. If you are not afraid, we are still here. You're more than welcome to come up, but you are not going to be the person to come here and just take over the stage like you think you can. It's not going to happen like that, bro. So this is the last time I'm going to ever address you. If not, you're going to still be considered to be a troll on our channels, me and God Logic's channel. So that's it. I'm giving you the invite right now. It's a chill conversation. If you're not scared, come up. No one is scared of you, bro. This is exactly why I brought you up. If you don't join, I'm never dealing with you again.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. See, this is what happens when you try to confront them in their own show, in their own channel, and you try to have a reasonable, rational discussion with them. They never let you speak, they mute you, and they will interrupt you several times, then they will insult you. Anyway, I quote them the verses in regard of Paul, but they ignore me. So I will read those verses again for the benefit of everyone. If you read in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, from verse 18 all the way to verse 23, Paul was saying, what is my reward? Then verily, verily, that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Christ without charge. In verse 20, look what he says. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. So he acted to the Jew to be a Jew, but he lied to them. He acted to those people that are under the law, that he's under the law, but he's not under the law. So he lied to them. If you read in verse 21, he said to them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ. See, to those who they are without law, he acted being also without law. So he lied to them just to gain them. If you read in verse 23, he says clearly why he did that. He said, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be. So here he admitted clearly that he lied to them just for the sake of the gospel of Christ. So he lied very clearly, just to serve Christ, for the gospel, for the sake of the gospel. He says again in Romans chapter 3 verse 7, for if the truth of God hath more abundant through my lie unto his glory. He admits here clearly, explicitly, that he is lying for the glory of God. Paul is talking here. Even Jesus, he asked his disciple to lie for his sake, according to the Bible. If you read in Matthew chapter 12 verse 16, Jesus told his disciple and charged them that they should not make him known. Jesus told his disciple not to make him known. If anybody asks, are you about me? Don't say it was me. So he told them here to lie for his sake. I hope that this answers your question. And I hope that next time you will have the guts to talk with us. And this is an open challenge for the same group. This guy, God with no logic, and this guy, what's his name, Life, whatever, and the other guy with the name of Miles. 3 of you together versus me alone. Anywhere out of your channel where I can speak freely, no interruption, no mute. I'm willing to have a discussion with 3 of you at the same time. Versus me alone, Islam versus Christianity. Looking forward to hear from you. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.